What's up YouTube? It's your boy Trey Swish back again with another video, and today we are going to be talking about Star Wars, one of my favorite franchises in the entire galaxy. I actually want to play a little game with a good old friend of ours, AI. To be specific, ChatGPT. So today I'm going to be asking ChatGPT how to fix Star Wars. Make it more profitable, make it so it can unite the fandom as a whole, which hasn't been like that in a long time. So without further ado, let's go. What should we do for the prompt? I'll just be straight to the point. Hello, ChatGPT, I need your help. I am a huge Star Wars fan, and I am making a YouTube video right now, and I need you to answer a couple of my questions as a Star Wars fan, because I know you are one. Period. Star Wars is in a place right now where there's a line dividing the fandom. There's people that love the new direction that Disney has taken the franchise, and there is a lot of people that hate the direction they have taken Star Wars in general. What do you think would be the best direction to move forward if you could be the CEO and make all the decisions on the future projects in the future? Let's see what they gotta say. Let's see what ChatGPT is gonna cook up. And I'm really curious, man, because it's obviously it's just, you know, it's a fucking computer, so you would think it would make more sense than what's happening right now, but you know, you never know. Maybe it's gonna be a bunch of fucking gibberish shit. You can see what it's typing out right now. Damn, it's going by step. Holy fucking shit. All right, let's read this out loud, shall we? There's a read button, I assume there is. Yes, read out loud. Oh, it's getting the mic ready.
As a Star Wars fan,
Here we go.
I think the best direction for the franchise would balance honoring its rich legacy while innovating for future generations.
I agree.
Here's how I would approach it as CEO.
Ooh.
1. Create a cohesive vision, the Filoni approach.
Okay. Ooh, I like that.
Assign a creative visionary like Dave Filoni to oversee the franchise.
Yep.
Someone with a deep understanding of Star Wars lore can ensure consistency and resonance across all projects.
I've heard someone say that before.
2. Emphasize storytelling over spectacle. Focus on character-driven stories. The original trilogy succeeded because of its emotional depth and timeless archetypes. Future projects should prioritize compelling narratives over flashy visuals.
Okay, interesting.
Respect the fan base while embracing newcomers. Strike a balance between catering to longtime fans and introducing fresh perspectives. Avoid alienating core fans by disregarding established lore, but also create entry points for newcomers to enjoy the galaxy.
Okay.
4. Develop the expanded universe. Revive beloved legend stories and adapt them into canon while continuing to explore new territories like the High Republic era. Dive deeper into other timelines such as the Old Republic to explore untouched eras with fresh characters.
Okay.
5. Utilize diverse mediums. Combine live-action series like The Mandalorian, animated series, the Clone Wars style, and movies to cover a wide range of storytelling methods.
Yep.
Continue experimenting with anthology films like Rogue One that expand the universe.
I'm gonna address all this one by one.
6.
Just wait on it.
Take risks with standalone stories. Not every project needs to tie directly to the Skywalkers or Sith versus Jedi.
Yep.
Encourage creativity, as in Andor, to showcase unique narratives within the galaxy.
True.
7. Fan involvement. Create avenues for fan feedback without succumbing to mob mentality.
That's pretty hard.
Interactive Q&A sessions, polls, and transparency in project planning can help build trust.
Okay.
8. Elevate the gaming universe. Invest heavily in immersive Star Wars games like Jedi Survivor or open-world MMORPGs. The gaming space remains an untapped treasure trove for fan engagement.
They tried that.
9. End the trilogy format. Move away from rigid trilogy structures.
Ooh.
Allow stories to develop organically across films, series, or both, without forcing them into predefined boxes. 10.
Smart.
Unify canon and legends. While the legend stories remain separate, provide a roadmap for how fans can enjoy both. Offer re-releases or adaptations of legend stories with slight tweaks to integrate them.
Yes.
What do you think of this approach? Would it resonate with the fan base or take the franchise in the right direction?
I think this would unify them, but I will say the biggest point out of everything that ChatGPT just said, I almost called ChatGPT a she. Jesus fucking Christ, the times we live in. Was fan involvement, because that's kind of hard, because it seems like they've tried to do that, but they cater to a certain crowd instead of, you know, doing the same thing with, you know, both sides of the fence. Let's break this down one by one. Create a cohesive vision, assign a creativity or creative visionary like Dave Filoni, like promoting him up top, which has happened already. He is supposed to be approving every project in Star Wars, which I thought was so genius of the move, but then somehow the Acolyte slipped through his fingers. I don't know if that was approved before he was promoted. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe Filoni was the reason that they had like some of the old Sith lore introduced, like the bleeding of the lightsaber, the certain material that, you know, was strong, like Beskar, you know, you could fight against a lightsaber with. I forgot what it was called. That might be the case where you see Filoni, you know, sprinkle his grains of creativity in a project that he really doesn't have hands on. But he is supposed to be having hands on everything, right? He's supposed to clear everything. Which I think this is a great move, but also, I don't know if it's Kathleen Kennedy, who the fuck it is over there. There's something that's pre-established already that is just tanking the fucking company, in my opinion. Goodness gracious. Emphasis, storytelling over spectacle. I agree with this 100%. The storytelling, the writing, it should be the priority for Star Wars. It is supposed to be an immersive world that you go into. That's the whole spectacle, is the immersion. And I think the best thing that the sequel trilogy did with Rey and Finn and Poe and the whole gang was the spectacle. It looked beautiful. Like, the lightsaber fights weren't the most exciting, but they were fucking cool looking, right? The graphics were insane. But the story was lacking, and you can blame that on different factors. You know, they didn't have the same director for every single movie. The direction of the movie kind of changed every single movie. The pacing was god awful in the last one. It's the worst probably pacing I've ever seen in a fucking movie, in my opinion. If you know a movie with worse pacing than fucking Rise of Skywalker, comment down below, because I fucking can't think of one right now. I 100% agree with this. The issue with this as well, in my opinion, is they have had trouble keeping talent. Like, they have made so many announcements that these new Star Wars projects are going to be happening, and they haven't got the fucking story down. They just hired a writer, right? They just hired some producers, whatever it might be. And then the writer or the producer or whoever the fuck it is, the talent that's supposed to make us hype for this project, dips out. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Respect the fan base while embracing newcomers. This is fucking laughable with the Acolyte situation where the main actress, and she got attacked. Granted, it's the internet. If you get on the internet, you're popular. You're bound to have trolls. Everybody's gonna have trolls when they have a lot of people following them or whatever it might be. So yeah, that's gonna happen. And then she struck back and pretty much called Star Wars fans bigots and racists and yada yada yada, which is fucking annoying, bro. It's really fucking annoying when people attack the fandom that they are making a project for. Like, why? Why are you doing that? Sorry, I didn't mean to bump the table. Develop and expand the universe. Revive belonged legend stories and adapt them into canon. I agree with this 100%. The problem I have with the exploring new territories like High Republic, which I'm they've got to explore new shit. They got to make up new shit. They can't just fucking rehash old legend stories that have already been made, that we've already read, and just make new movies. They could do that for a very long time because there's so much there that's already good, that's already gold, that they just fall line for line and they'll make a great fucking project. But they're gonna run out eventually, right? They gotta make new ideas. And so the first live action project that was in the High Republic was Acolyte, and that was just god awful. Got canceled and we don't even get a season 2. I'm actually like, and I think it was really bad because the writing, it just did not fucking make sense. There's so many things where it was just like plot holes or just stupid things that were happening, or a waste of time in the series in general. It could have been probably 2 episodes and they stretched it longer. Fucking no, they should have made it a movie. It's like a one-off movie, and that might be another problem we're gonna get to about the trilogy thing. I never thought about that, but yeah. So that's that. Utilize diverse mediums, combine live actions. This is an interesting take, right? Combine live action series like The Mandalorian, animated series like the Clone Wars style, and movies that cover a wide range storytelling method. They've been doing this very well. Continue experimenting with anthology films like Rogue One that expand the universe. This is, they should be definitely doing like the first Jedi movie. A lot of like very epic like gods in the Star Wars universe. They should play around with those stories, and those are hard to do for sure. But they've been combining obviously with the Mandalorian and the Clone Wars and the Ahsoka show, stuff like that. They have these like intertwining stories that are happening. Like you've seen this in like Marvel, for instance, where it's like leading up to a certain big bad. I just think Star Wars is doing it very poorly. And also when you're doing something like that, when you have a curveball like the Acolyte that doesn't, lead into that storyline at all, and it doesn't correlate at all with the story that you're trying to create and like build hype for, it fucks it all up. Because you didn't have Marvel making movies that were just out of left field from like a whole different universe. They were all building up to the Avengers, and building up to Civil War, and then building up to Infinity War, and then Endgame, right? You have a natural progression to build up hype. When you throw in these left fucking hooks, these fucking wrenches in the mix, it's gonna screw up hype. It's gonna screw up everything, in my opinion. Taking risk with standalone stories. This is huge. So Andor is a giant success for it, but now it has a season 2. The Acolyte was possibly one of these, but it just fell on its ass. I really think Legends like the Revan series would be perfect to do. And now a lot of stuff I'm talking about right now, it contradicts itself in a way, because you can't do everything at once. You have to pick a lane and stick to it. And I think that's the problem with Star Wars. They're so reactive. It's like the Twitch moderation, bro. They can't stick to a plan. They can't create a fucking plan. They can't create a storyline and stick to it. It's just all reactionary, printing fucking money, bro. In my opinion, that's what it is. And that's what it looks like, at least. That's what I speculate. Elevate the gaming universe. This is huge. Outlaws was a huge flop. But the premise of Outlaws was very good. I really hope Outlaws is not the last Outlaw style game we get from Star Wars, because that'd be so disappointing. Give us a GTA of Star Wars. This Star Wars is too friendly, kid-friendly thing, and it can never be, adult. It never can be M. It never can be R. I don't get that. I really don't get that. There are generations of people that have grown up as Star Wars fans at this point. You can make so much fucking money. Why not? If you want to print money, why not just print money the right way? Make people happy. It's like you make a very adult film or, adult game. What's the negative? Like, you're gonna have some moms mad that little Billy can't go watch the game or play the game or watch the movie. Like, who gives a fuck? That builds up hype, right? When you sneak out and you go to your friend's house to watch a movie with their family, or you sneak over, or you go over to someone's friend's house and you play the game that you're not supposed to be playing, that builds up hype for that kid. That kid's the fan. The mom's not the fucking fan. Eventually the kid's gonna be growing up and buying products. You're gonna want him to be invested in your product. So why not give the kid a good product? Just my opinion, right? What's next? End the trilogy format. Oh my god. I never thought about this, actually, because we were supposed to get a Han Solo trilogy. We got the sequel trilogy. We might get the Rey trilogy. There's so many fucking trilogies, and I love design. I love architecture. The rule of threes, the rule of thirds is real. It's a real thing. But motherfucker, you don't have the luxury to do that. You need to have a vision, bro. You need to have a vision and stick with the vision. I need an authentic story from Star Wars. That's not, I need it to be live action as well. A live action movie that has an authentic story. Come on, what are we doing? Just make one, you know? And if it's a success, maybe you make a sequel because you have something that comes after that makes sense. Don't do what you did with the fucking Joker 2. Obviously that wasn't fucking Disney, but fuck. God, this was a terrible year for movies, in my opinion. Unify canon and legends. This is something I have been preaching to the mountaintops forever. When I talk about Star Wars with my buddies, I talk about Bane, I talk about Revan, and there's a reason. Those are the two coolest stories I've personally read with Star Wars. In Star Wars, I don't know why they haven't done this. I'm happy they haven't done it. With the rate they're doing it, they're gonna fuck up those stories, and I kind of want to keep them away from it. You know, I want them to do justice to what came before. But man, should we ask them another question? It's a 16-minute video already. Okay, let's just do this. Okay, thank you so much for making those points. I agree with majority of all of them. This will end the YouTube video. What would you say to all the Star Wars fans out there that might be down on their favorite IP, which is Star Wars? Maybe they're just a little bit sad about how things have been trending lately. What positive message do you have for everyone? Gotta be positive now. Gotta be positive. And I'm not gonna read out loud to them, or to y'all. I'm gonna let them read it out loud, because I don't want to butcher it. I'm the village idiot after all. Let's go. That last quote, though, I can't help. I'm gonna cover it up. You can't see it.
To all the Star Wars fans who might feel disheartened or disconnected, I'd say this.
What?
Star Wars is always bigger than any single trilogy, movie, or era.
Yep.
It's about hope, resilience, and the power of individuals coming together to make a difference.
Hell yeah.
The magic of Star Wars isn't just in the stories told on screen. It's in the community of fans, the creativity it inspires, and the lasting impact it has on our lives. If you're feeling down, remember that the galaxy is vast, and there's room for everyone to find their Star Wars.
Hell yeah.
Whether it's revisiting old favorites, discovering hidden gems in the expanded universe, or sharing your love of the franchise with others, the spirit of Star Wars is alive in all of us. The story of Star Wars isn't over. Like the Force, it's ever evolving, finding new ways to inspire us. Be patient, stay hopeful, and continue to be the passionate fans who make this galaxy far, far away so special. As Luke Skywalker said, no one's ever really gone. Neither is Star Wars.
Yep, you heard it here first. Now, before I exit out, I just had like a little thought, right? It's kind of crazy how Star Wars has become almost like Star side missions. It's so fucking weird, man. It's like, where are the wars? I think we just need like a saga or a movie or some kind of time period that's just crazy galactic Star Wars. Fuck this side mission shit. Let's just have this whole different time period where it's nothing but a goddamn bloody, gritty war. At least, you know, that'd be cooler. So I don't know. My name is Trey Swish. Thank you for watching this video. Consider subscribing if you're a Star Wars fan. Comment down below your thoughts on how you would fix Star Wars. Actually, I'm really curious about that. And yeah, subscribe, like the video, comment down below. It helps, man. It helps the channel grow. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Hopefully we can get some good Star Wars projects here in the near future.